Find that enough? Skip the cherry.
The cherry's the whole point. Get you into the Manhattan kind of like a bridge. You know the Manhattan Bridge.
That's good. If I was a columnist, I'd use it.
Too late. Winchell used it this morning. I sold it to him.
We haven't met.
No, we haven't, have we?
Name's Kale.
What kind of Kale?
John Francis Joseph. Jack.
Ray. Davioni. I figure you for an actor just back from the coast where the studio didn't renew your contract and your agent told you to give Broadway a shot.
I'd figured you for a press agent. Not a mind reader.
Gotta be in my business. It's the only way to stay ahead of the game. Else the big shots start calling your stuff soft. Like him. Pretty one with the sweet face coming toward us. He hasn't given me a break in weeks.
Who's he?
Oh, you've been out on that coast too long, Jack. It's Milton Marga, cleanest column in New York. Well, we must hustle his clients. Hey, Milt. Milt, just a quick word about Johnny Dexter.
That loaf of bread of yours? He sings, he bows, he goes home to the Bronx.
That's why I'm glad he met Ava Gardner. Something tells me they're gonna make beautiful music together. Ever been fly fishing, Milt? It's great fun. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high.
My next show will be a drum. Nothing like that last one.
What was the name of that show, Marco?
Step This Way.
Mr. Jelke, your table is waiting.
Very much, Arthur.
We're closed in New Haven, but MGM pick up the rights.
Where'd you pick up that accent?
At least he lets me keep the costumes. He says they're a perk. What's a perk?
Perk. Good word to know in showbiz. Could be worth 1,000 pictures.
Greetings from Times Square, Mickey.
Right? Meet Marco Epstein, who just so happens wants me to invest in a show I have absolutely no interest in. Marco, Ray Davioni, press agent, absolutely no one of any interest. Now with the formalities. Ray, I need to talk to you for a second. Why don't you wait for me over the table? All right, honey. Her father owns half the city.
Why don't you ask her for dough?
All right. Spent all my milk money on Arthur.
Uh-huh.
I'll have it for you by the end of the week. Check's coming.
You're the poorest little rich kid I ever did know. I'd appreciate a tip tonight if you got it.
Just came from the Embers. A couple of out-of-towners. Bought the whole room. 3 rounds.
On the Jersey side, huh?
Strictly.
I guess they won't be going home tonight.
Ray? Pretty girls like a melody.
How so?
They get stuck in your head. And once they're there, you can't get rid of them.
Turn off that charm. I'm through with love for a while. I'm through, and yet you have a fabulous smile. So if I forget, remind me not to find you so attractive. Remind me that the world is full of men.
Shows you what God could do if he made a killing in margarine. Who is he? Mickey Jelke. Turns 25, $5 million. Courtesy of Oleo margarine. His grandfather invented it.
It's amazing someone gets so rich off something so cheap.
I had a feeling when I met you, you'd drive me crazy if I'd let you.
Sir, there's a phone call
But
for
all
you.
my efforts to forget you remind me I'm in love again.
Mickey Jelke follies. I couldn't help noticing that your escort suddenly got called to the phone.
Of course, the fact that I tipped Arthur $10 to lose him.
Tim is beside the point.
I take it you're friends.
Intimates. Look at this one.
It's fascinating how the phone works, isn't it? You can cause one man to leave your life and another man to enter it.
All courtesy of 7 little digits. The phone number, lunch date, roadkill. The kid's got the disease.
What disease?
Nightclubitis. Cute. I tell you, Jack, guys like you and me, we're in the wrong business. We should have been heirs.
I did all right. In Hollywood, I mean.
Studio settled your contract, huh? Nothing like getting fired in Hollywood. Do yourself a favor. Don't drink all that money away. There are many more pleasurable pastimes for a guy like yourself.
Such as?
Ever been fly fishing, Jack? It's great fun.
I can't say that I have.
A guy I used to drink with in California taught me. Looked a lot like you.
Yeah, what line of work was he in?
He was a cop.
Fly fishing and drinking with cops. Neither sounds too appealing, to be frank.
Whoops. You mind, chum? My back.
Sure. Maybe later.
Didn't your mother ever tell you to taste something before deciding you don't like it?
Yeah, she did. I said maybe later.
Rough. So I'll be at the Embers later if you need a friend, Biggs.
Thanks. Thanks for everything.
Ray, what you said before,
I give up. What did I say before?
the fly fishing expedition.
I was just about to freshen up a bit. Milt, join me.
You'd never guess from our expressions that we don't even know each other's name.
Patricia Ward. And I happen to be free for an hour or so this afternoon.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking to buy some pictures.
We don't sell pictures. We take them. Family stuff. Weddings, portraits, whatnot. You getting married? Give me a call. That's a horse of a different color. Come on in. Maybe I have 2,000 pictures here. Maybe 4,000. I'm not exactly sure, but we have all kinds of things. We got women in bondage. If you like leather, if you like rubber, if you like chains. And then there are these tropical women that you might, you're looking for headshots. That's not so problem.
Cut the chatter. Who's she?
Polish girl, Sandra, something or other. Only been in a couple times. Real piece of cheesecake, that one, huh?
Sorry you were late.
I forgive you.
Well, it gave me time to think. I was just sitting here pondering my sidecar. About how funny it is that a sidecar can convince you that the night before wasn't a total loss. In fact, without the sidecar, I'd probably have to give up nightclubs altogether. Then, having nothing but time on my hands, I'd probably take to the streets, and my parents would cut me off, and I'd be forced into a life of crime in order to survive. So you see, Miss Ward, how important the sidecar really is.
You can call me Pat.
What are you drinking, Pat?
A sidecar.
A sidecar. Tell me something. Why is it that I never met you before last night?
Maybe you never looked.
Miss Ward, Pat. I've looked in every corner of every crevice of every nightclub in New York. And you know what I found? I've never met anyone I've never met. Do you know what a burden that can be? Everyone angling for an intro. Hey, Mickey, why don't you meet my daughter? She's fresh out of Smith with a BA in French Lit and a minor in snagging rich young men. Or, Mickey, my grandparents are very good friends of your grandparents. They summer together on the Cape or the island or the zoo or wherever the hell people summer.
Where do you summer?
In nightclubs.
Why do you do it if it's so disastrous?
In the hopes that I'll meet someone who I've never met. Like you.
Or perhaps someone you won't figure out in 5 seconds flat.
That's never happened.
It's about to.
Tell me more.
No, Mickey. I'll tell you less.
I hope you understand the high esteem that we hold your department in. But even so, the district attorney's office is by nature clean. We'd just as soon stay out of the grime and let you do your job.
Even in an election year.
Especially in an election year. We're not interested in ramming the public's noses into the seediest corners of the underworld.
How's about ramming it into the most popular night spots in town?
Go on.
That nightclub crowd's loaded with sex and money, and the two are crossing somewhere. I already got a pimp who's a press agent.
Oh, boy. A crooked press agent.
It's his friend I'm interested in. Kid named Jelke.
His old man's supposed to be a big roller in butter.
Oleomargarine. The Jelke is a social register, old money. I hear the kid's fast on his way to becoming Playboy of the Year.
We think he's supplying.
One night, this Davioni, the press agent, picked up Jelke's tab at Casbah, and a couple nights later, the kid repaid him by giving him some names of potential customers. He's also been hanging around with this woman who's made some very suspect appearances at a Broadway photographer studio. Look at this clown. You tell me.
Clown makes a provocative metaphor. So what you're saying is that a kid with $5 million in the way is pimping his dame? Is that the gist of it?
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to the prom together. Guaranteed, this kid's into some strange hobbies.
All right, well, you don't want to tell me anything about yourself. I'll just have to guess. You like cats, not dogs. Check that. You prefer dogs. Cats are too clean. You like horses because they're big, strong. Preferably thoroughbreds. You wanted to be a ballerina, but you didn't like the hours, so you'll settle for a star vehicle on Broadway. Your family has lots of money, but they don't understand you. Nobody does, except your little sister, who just so happens is the cutest little 9-year-old this side of paradise.
This is where I say, gee, Mickey, how'd you know all that?
Usually this would be the time for it if we were telling each other about each other, which we're not. You know, Pat, sometimes the biggest mysteries are the easiest to solve.
So what do you want out of this? You want to be a hero? Is that what you want? If that's what you want, you're going to have to deliver something hot, something very hot. So, Officer Kale, how hot do you think you can make it?
Hot enough.
They're just photographs, Pat. And after all, what is a photograph? A series of dots. Grain. So fine that it only represents the actual subject.
Mickey, you talk too much.
Unless, my darling, you forget.
Whiskey's my drink. Irish whiskey, I like Irish whiskey. Been thinking about me, chum?
As a matter of fact, I was.
As a matter of fact, you weren't. Jack, I've learned never to traffic in another man's morality. If I overstep my bounds the other night, my apologies.
No need. Truth to tell, I was a little short of cash.
Hey, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. Half this room is here on somebody else's tab.
Who's that?
That's why I like you, Jack. You must be the only man in this room who doesn't know Diane Harris intimately.
You're saying she's promiscuous?
Globally. And it ain't on the house. The golden girl, they call her. You can have her if you want. All you have to do is put all your dough in the middle of the floor. Lots of guys have. Even Mickey. Only problem was he didn't know it was a business arrangement.
You mean Jelke?
A couple of years ago, Mickey fell in love with her. Feeling was mutual, I guess, if you count among his attributes the green paper stuff. She was discreet, Diane, about what she did for a living, I mean. After all, she'd hooked the whale with Mickey. And she could have pulled it off, too. That is, if one of her regular customers hadn't spilled to Mickey.
You mean he didn't know about her being a prostitute?
Jack, everybody did, Diane. But Mickey married her.
Patricia Ward, meet Erica Steele. Erica Steele, meet Patricia Ward. Tell me, Erica, how are things on 58th Street?
Really now, Mickey, you've been noticeably absent. Why is that?
Really now, Erica, is business so stinko at the House of Erica that you actually miss me?
I just missed your boyish charm and girlish figure. Pat's turn.
Is this a game?
Yes. It's called Really Now. It's sort of like charades, only in reverse. Instead of creating charades, we get rid of them.
Person with the worst secret wins the biggest prize.
Go on. Try it, Pat.
Really now, Erica. You're not exactly in the clothing business, are you?
Who's that? Blonde's Erica Steele, Cafe Society's premier madam. Look at that, Mickey and his new mouse.
Friend of yours?
No, I don't know her. But she's new to Cafe Society. Nest Cafe, we call that. Lay your odds there's nothing about that thing that's real. I can smell it from here. I think it's time for an intro. Excuse me, Jack.
It's a pleasure. To madness.
Wait, I didn't drink.
And to Thursday night.
Greetings from Times Square.
And the room darkens.
Mickey, what say you introduce me to the young lady?
Pat Ward, Newport.
Yeah, Ray Davioni, 43rd Street Y.
Uncle Ray's a very busy man. He's presently engaged and not doing the publicity for the show that I plan never to produce. That is, if I never find a script.
Will you excuse me?
I think I just got the short shrift.
One minute she didn't exist. And then all of a sudden she did. Magic. Like she was dropped out of the sky and she landed right here at the Casbah.
Just don't go losing your head, Mickey. 5 will get you 10. You'll be playing hooky from a padded cell.
What's wrong with you, Ray? I know it's fatal, but what the fuck is it called?
You're in the wrong room.
I think you got the wrong gesture. Went out with Lily and Gish.
So did half the men in this club. The older ones.
I'm Jack Kale.
I'm Pat Ward. And I'm here with someone.
I know. But you know I'm right, Sandra. Drop the gesture.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Mickey, don't bother.
Big boy now, Erica.
It's not worth it.
Hello, Diane.
Hello, Mickey.
Long time.
I've been abroad for a year.
So I've heard. Tell me. Fuck any interesting kings lately?
Who's the midget, baby?
Sir, let me assure you, and there are those who will attest to this, that what I may lack in physical stature, I make up for in more important ways. And as for the baby, this is the golden girl. She's a national hero, big boy. Ike sent her over to screw the commies to death. Isn't that right, baby?
Not worth it, Mickey.
You're a fucking whore. And you're worth a fortune.
I think I'll do you a favor, Sandra.
I told you my name.
Okay. Come on, put him away, pal. Half of New York's been waiting to do it. You missed, bastard! That's it. Sorry about the commotion. You've really got to be a little more careful about the admission tickets.
Oh, Jack. Nice entrance. Ever consider acting for a living?
Who the hell are you?
Jack Kale.
What'd you do that for?
I like the way you sing.
Mickey Jelke.
Hey, Mr. Jelke. Soma from the journal.
Someone always says at season start, meet the lady baby, play it smart. Play it smart or pay the penalty. That will be a season of regret, somewhat like the last one, yeah. This year's lady fits with this year's style of simple pleasures. You fine-tune your act, eliminated careless raptures. Last year's troubles won't tear you apart. Now you know you mustn't start. She only plays a part. It begins with drinks at 21. Record starts again. Begun. By mid-season things have soon progressed from their nest to mentions in the press. You're an item more or less, but this year's lady seems so clean, so clear, no artless cunning. Seasons passing soon, you're bound to wonder why you're running.
Where's my plate?
Make the effort walk.
This is not a plate. It's a horse. You know what I'm saying, Jack? Jackrabbit. Horse. They take care of the little rich boy. So I take care of them. What are you doing? Get out of here, whore.
Mickey.
He's just drunk.
No, I'm not. I'm blotto. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Okay. Will you excuse us?
Yeah, excuse us a minute, Jack. Jack Rabbit. Yeah.
Mickey. That was very kind of you to help. Can I offer you a nightcap?
I think I'll give it a rest.
I'll have one.
Does he always speak in tongues when he gets loaded?
Mickey's had some trouble with women. Guess he doesn't trust us very much.
Come to think of it, I don't know who trusts anybody. Got any ideas on that, Sandra?
Okay, Jack. Let's hear it. You know me from Avenue D, where you grew up in a cold water flat. And you don't like seeing nice girls change their names or their clothes, but you'll let it slide and you won't tell Mickey. If I make you the right offer.
Truth to tell, take this or leave it. All of it.
I can't. Clear enough? You know, Jack, I just might be willing to play ball with you. That is what you want, isn't it?
It's like having tea at the Ritz an awful lot.
I like it just fine.
Listen, Listen, you can tell your boyfriend whatever you want. You can tell him you're the Queen of England for all I care. Just be square with me. We'll get along fine. Who knows? We might become friends. You never know when you might need one.
He's unable to lunch today. Is this a private meeting?
I was just leaving.
Thank you for your efforts on my behalf. Jack, you're a friend. I mean that. Genuinely.
Thanks. I like you too.
It was my grandfather's.
Ah, I couldn't.
Shut up and take it. I want you to. No one's ever stuck up for me before, Jack. You did.
Nice to see you, sir. Nice to have you with us again.
And set the town on fire.
It's not a camel, it's a horse.
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. Actually, I have to use the phone. I'm just too
Embarrassed to say so.
That's good. That's funny.
Dorothy Parker.
She another friend of yours?
I like you, Jack. Where's that waiter? Thanks, Jack. You said we go to Erica's later, huh?
Dorothy Parker?
Mother, you're here.
As are you, dear. Have you forgotten our dinner plans?
I'm sorry. We've been busy.
So I see. We waited for over an hour. Your doorman suggested you might be here. Your father...
Don't tell me. He's disappointed. Mother,
Furious, not disappointed. Mickey, we see so little of you. Is it so difficult for you to find one evening in your busy schedule to...
You're never gonna believe who's here. You know the actor, the one that's married to what's-her-face in the monster movie? They're both married twice, both times to each other.
Pat, I want to introduce you to my mother.
Hello.
Mother, this is Patricia Ward, Jack Kale.
Mickey's told me all about you.
Jack here is an actor.
I see. Tell me, Mr. Kale, where did you attend college?
I was in the Army.
Oh. So was my son, John.
Mickey was in the Army, too. I saw that picture of you on your dresser. Mickey looks absolutely dashing in a uniform. Although I prefer my men in a tux, they say that the tux is the uniform of the modern-day man.
I didn't know you were in the Army, Mickey.
Peacetime. Different thing.
See, my brother died for his country. I played bugle for mine.
I know you played the trumpet, Mickey.
He doesn't really. We got him lessons. They cost a fortune. But he just wouldn't practice.
Well, maybe not. But I like the way he sings.
Are you from New York, Miss Ward?
Well, I live there now. But I'm originally from Newport. My family's been there for years.
Oh, how nice. Tell me, is there a cottage by the ocean or the bay?
Oh, it's not a cottage, it's a mansion.
Did you go to school there by the mansion, Pat?
No. My family moved for my education to Philadelphia mainline.
Which burg?
Which burg, Pat?
Rosenberg, Goldberg, Steinberg.
Bryn Mawr? Valley Forge?
Valley Forge. I swore when I moved to New York I'd never look back.
How did you two meet, anyway?
I was in the El Casbah with a friend of mine, a gentleman friend. And, you know, very rich, very boring, older. And there was Mickey. Cigarette in his mouth, martini in his hand, singing with the band. He sang that old feeling right to me.
Remind me.
That's what it was. And he wrote his number on my napkin, and 2 weeks later, we're getting married.
Mickey, may I speak with you privately?
new in town. I'm showing her around. She's just a friend.
You are not marrying her, Mickey.
Mother, she's just a friend.
The last girl who was just a friend cost us a fortune to keep out of the paper. That awful Diane, whatever her name
Mother,
was.
stop it. Just stop it. Pat is a very nice young woman.
Who's got you very badly fooled, as usual. What on earth are you doing with yourself in New York? Running around like a child with these lowbrows who are after your money.
Mother, nobody is fooling me!
Really now, Jack, if it were up to you, all women would be faithful virgins who kept your shoes polished. And you haven't met one yet who holds a candle to your mother.
Well, I polish my own shoes, and my mother polished floors.
Your turn, Jack.
Really now, Mickey. Mommy wasn't too pleased with our little meeting, was she? In fact, she took you outside and made it very clear she doesn't approve of your friends. And if you don't shape up and get serious, the money may soon stop.
That's good, Jack. Not altogether true. It is true that she didn't approve of one of my friends. But she liked you just fine.
Really now, Mickey, does your mother control you?
My turn. Really now, Pat. Who was that gentleman you were with when I met you at the Casbah? Your typical older man. Very rich, very boring. God, I haven't seen a performance that bad since the talkies came in. Well, who was he?
His name's Lawrence Greenbaum. He was my father's boss. He owns a clothing business.
The Wards of Newport work for a Jew in the rag trade who occasionally dates their young daughter. That's awfully swank.
Really now, Mickey?
Really now, Pat. What's your name? And enough of this Pat Ward from Newport by way of Philly nonsense.
Sandra. Sandra Wazotsky. Raised on Avenue D, 166 Avenue D. Lawrence Greenbaum was my father's boss. He knew me since I was little. When I was 16, he raped me. First he got me drunk, then he got me pregnant. I had a baby and gave the baby up for adoption.
Looks like Pat won the game. In fact, we may have to retire the goddamn game altogether.
His name's Sandra Wazotsky. Her mother lives at 133 Avenue D. Thinks her daughter works as a personal secretary.
She got kicked out of the high school of needle trade about 9 months ago.
We think Jelke's pimping for her.
You haven't caught the little bastard yet? We're working on it.
Hello, this is Erica.
Hello, darling. It's your favorite juvenile delinquent.
Mickey, thought you were away for the weekend.
That's the man America steals. She's got a book filled with the names of her customers.
The weekend is going away.
Why don't we have it yet?
Listen, I was wondering, can you send a few horses down to my stable for a little, Bachelors of America get-together?
It's awful slow around here. Sure, I'd love to do it. Where's the vodka?
Richard, Jelke, you're cordially invited to a one-time come-all-house party tonight. Where else? My place, 48th and 3rd.
Well, hello, Eric.
See you at 8, Gage.
The Oleo King's having a party. Yeah, of course I will. Anything for the sainted brotherhood of Bachelors of America.
So this is it, huh?
It's their action.
Parties where Jelke cleans up the Bachelors of America.
Sweetie, this club's a battlefield waiting for the flag to fly.
Bachelors of America.
You got a nickel?
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Mickey, it's Jack.
Jack the Bear. I was just about to call you.
I was thinking if nothing else is doing, what say you to wasting the price of a drink on me?
I have a much better idea, Jack. Fresh air, Mr. Swamp.
Something tells me there's heavy petting going on in here, Mickey.
Sarcasm is not lost on me, Jack.
What's the deal, Mickey? You want a whorehouse?
I'm Mickey Jelke. What do I need money for? You know, I'm just a benevolent patron to a bunch of slightly deviant individuals. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Well, there's nothing much right with it.
Get wise to yourself, Jack. Jump off that moral high horse you've been riding on and play in the dirt like I know you want to. That's right, Jack. I know you. I know what you think about when you can't sleep at night. I know what fills your dreams. Girls. That's right. The ones you see in the magazines, the ones you bump into on the street, and those real peaches that you make up in your head. You think about them, you dream about what they would look like in your bed. Naked. All together like a big mound of snow. Or perhaps one at a time, nice and slow. Tell you what, Jack. You don't have to dream no more. Welcome to New York City. Welcome to Cafe Society, where the elite meet each other.
Been thinking about me, chum?
Yeah, I was looking for the bathroom.
That one's in use, in a manner of speaking. But if you're looking for something more available, just got a fresh new batch.
Still short on scratch.
Yeah. Well, then the least you could do is give me back that photo you swiped the night I first met you at Casbah.
I think you got me confused with somebody else.
Don't kid her, Jack. I know what you're up to. Mo Persky described you to a T. Trying to cut out the middleman, right, Jack? Well, let me give it to you straight. Mo Persky don't pimp for those girls. He just gives me their phone numbers.
And you tell him you're gonna put them in pictures.
They are already in pictures, Jack. I put them in business.
Well, I got something else. Something you like better.
I once had a dog, Jack. Cute little mutt I found in an alley. Took her home, washed her fur, and I named her Kiki. One day we went out for a walk and we passed an alley filled with garbage and sewage and fish 3 days old. That was the end of little Kiki. She finally smelled her way home.
That's a good story, Ray.
Yeah. What's the deal, chum? You want half the commish?
Consider it a gift.
Excuse me, girls. As you can see, I've become a father. Do me a favor, will you? Mingle like a good little hostess.
It's your party.
In your honor, baby.
What is wrong with you? This thing about my past.
It's fascinating how intense you become on making a fool out of me in front of absolutely everyone I know on the same night. What is this, a contest? How fast can we make a sucker out of Mickey? Trying to break Diane's record?
Mickey.
Stop hanging. Too much tinsel ruins a tree.
Just looking for Mickey.
A lot of things I know about Mr. Jelke, but where he is not one of them. I do know something he doesn't know, though. And it'd be a shame if he found out.
What are you after?
Ever been fly fishing, Pat?
Whoa! I want him out. Get them all out of my house, man.
He wants them out! Out!
Where's Pat? Where's Pat?
Where is Pat?
Don't scratch my carpet.
Don't.
Jack. I thought I left my book here. Are you sure I didn't leave my book here or something?
No. I'm not sure of anything. You? I want us to have a drink before the sun rises like all times, huh?
Even when you're trying to be sincere, you sound like a goddamn liar. She had a baby. She gave it away. Now she's trying to take all my money.
What the hell, Mick?
Just like Diane.
Diane, that was a mess, wasn't it?
She's in the book. She's in your fucking book.
Hey, slow down, chum. Not every girl who poses winds up working. But I have not met more than 3 in the last 10 years who have rejected the idea.
How long did you know?
Tell you the truth, since the minute I met her.
You weren't gonna tell me.
What, have you gone nuts again like with Diane? We all knew, the whole crowd knew. But what could we say? There you were, waltzing around town with moonbeam eyes like Andy Hardy with spring fever.
Where is she? Where is she?
Hey,
she in there?
Don't be a chump. What's inside the box, Mickey? Poor little playboy who everybody steps on, or the little man who takes care of business? Because once it's business, Mickey, you're protected here. No more mousing around with women who want you for your money. Not without them working for it.
See you in there, Ray!
You're telling me that Jelke's name is nowhere in this book?
He's not a customer.
Then he's a pimp.
Well, not as far as I can tell. Look, there are over 500 names in this book.
Yeah, and not one of them is Jelke's. The son of a bitch hangs around with pimps and whores. He doesn't do any business with them.
I guess he likes the atmosphere.
Well, what is he? An aspiring novelist?
Look, Davione's got a string of girls. Erica Steele's got a string of girls. Why don't we go after them?
Because I promised Frank Hogan that he'd have a scandal that he could really chew up in an election year. And an out-of-work showgirl and a 2-bit press agent. And not the stuff exposés are made of.
I thought you had Jelke supplying Davione.
Oh, Didn't you, huh? Didn't go anywhere. No hard evidence. Why don't we go after the Johns instead? Look, we got phone calls, recordings, actors, celebrities, big-time politicians.
I suppose if they were cops, you'd want to arrest them too, huh?
I'm sorry, Mr. Jelke. There seems to be a freeze on your trust account. This note arrived yesterday. It's co-signed by Mr. and Mrs. Jelke of Fairfield, Connecticut.
Hold on, Mother. Just hold on. You think that I don't know that, Mother? What did you think I was gonna do? Did you think I was gonna marry her? Is that what you think? I'm not responsible? I'm stupid? Well, I'm not stupid, Mother. I'm not stupid! I'm not stupid! I'm not... I'll do what I want to do. What I want to do.
You were so angry with me about my baby the other night.
I'm not talking about Sandra Wysotsky. I don't care about her sad and sorry life. I'm talking about Pat Ward. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Pat likes to go to nightclubs. She likes to buy expensive, fancy clothes. Pat likes an adventure. Pat wants to continue in the style to which she's accustomed. And stop me if I'm saying anything that's not true. I don't think that she would mind working just for a little while in order to maintain that style. Her boyfriend yearns to marry her, and he would in a second if his parents wouldn't shut him down.
If you really wanted to marry me, money wouldn't stop you.
You want to live in a cold water flat? Is that what you want? With our love to keep us warm? Because it sounds like an afternoon radio play. Which I think is way below your standard of invention.
Mickey.
Pat.
I don't understand you.
How much did that photographer pay Sandra? Sandra? What do you pay? $40? $35 less? I think Patricia Ward is worth a hell of a lot more than that.
I've never slept with someone for money.
Really now, Pat.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Hello, Jack. Funny. I always pictured you as more the hotel type. The Drake, perhaps.
How'd you find me?
The phone book. I understand it's getting very chic to be listed. You were married.
I was.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
So what?
She died giving birth.
I guess you think it's odd that I'd show up here. I just needed someone to talk to.
What's wrong?
Mickey proposed to me. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's lovely.
But we need money. Mickey doesn't want me to live like a poor person.
Mickey's loaded.
Seems Mickey's parents cut him off. Because of me, I'm sure. So I'm gonna go to work for a while. Mickey says he and Ray Davioni know a lot of men who'd like to be seen with a pretty girl and wouldn't mind paying for the privilege. And I love the night spots and the adventure. Plus, it'll help me and Mickey get married sooner.
Pat, you gonna give him the money you earn from being with other men?
Make it sound so terrible the way you say it. I don't know why. I feel like I can tell you these things. Maybe it's because we're from the same place, you and me. I can't go back home. I'll never go back home. I don't know what else to do. Unless... maybe you...
I think you should do it. To get what you've always dreamed of.
Thanks.
Be careful.
Oh, Pat Ward. Yeah, she's wonderful, isn't she? I didn't know you'd met her. Tonight? Let me look in the book and see if she's free. Are you still at the Savoy?
Hey, Mickey.
Hello, Jack.
You here with Pat?
The thing is sort of over, Jack.
It's a shame. You two look good together.
I won't do it anymore.
You'll do whatever's necessary to stay where you are.
You said it was only for a while. How long is a while?
You want to get married? Until we have enough money to get married.
How much money do we need to get married?
Well, that depends. How much you rake in last week? $500. Last Saturday, you made that in an hour.
I bought a few things.
What?
I bought a few things.
Who told you you could spend my money?
Ray and Erica don't take it all from their girls.
You equate me with Ray Davioni? You equate me with a common pimp? Is that what you think I am?
I don't know what you are. You have no right to touch me.
Did you really think I would marry you? You're a prostitute.
You made me a whore. I don't know what else to do. I have nowhere to go. I can't tell my mom. I just have to keep doing it.
No. No, you don't.
I have no one to take care of me.
You do.
I'm not what you think I am. I'm not what anyone thinks I am. You're so good, Jack. You must think I'm awful.
No. No. I'm not what you think I am either, Pat. I'm a cop. I'm a cop.
I don't know any cops.
Pat.
What are you after?
I'm after people who ruin other people's lives. Pimps, like Mickey.
It's not Mickey's fault. He loved me. I just made him angry.
He sold you out, Pat. He promised you one thing, and then he turned you into a whore. But you can start over. I promise. By helping me, by doing what's right. I'll protect you, but you gotta work with me.
You want me to sell out, Mickey?
I need a witness. I need names, customers, how much Mickey made off you, how many times you worked for him.
Why Mickey? Why not Erica? Somebody else. They've been doing it for years.
It's Mickey I need to nail.
Why?
Because otherwise it just won't matter. Otherwise the boys in the press room will yawn and deal another hand of gin and all of this. Everything you've been through. Nobody will care about. You said you wanted to be in the papers. This is your chance. This show's going to Broadway, Pat. And Mickey's taking us there.
I lived at Erica's place. That was right after he told me to start sleeping with other men.
Said address is 58 West 58th Street, home of Erica Steele. Miss Ward, when you were posing for the Broadway photographer Mo Persky, were you aware at any time that these photographs would be distributed to Ray Davioni and others for the purpose of soliciting your services as a prostitute?
No.
For the record, said address is 1529 Broadway.
Mickey's friend Ray Davioni sort of helped him out.
Can you elaborate on that, please?
Well, he might have given him the idea. Given him the names of some customers.
We don't have an address for him.
Lived somewhere in the 70s on the east side.
So you're saying Mickey Jelke promised he'd marry you if you worked for him first?
That's what he said.
Said address 155 East 47th, Buchanan. Please note for the record that the state of New York will be charging Minot Frazier Jelke III with 9 counts of compulsory prostitution.
9 counts?
9
She was his only girl.
pandering. For the purpose of getting this thing underway, we'll be charging Mickey Jelke with pimping for some of Erica Steele's and Ray Davioni's girls.
But he wasn't.
Well, that'll be for Mr. Jelke's lawyers to prove. In the meantime, we'll have gotten ourselves a little more press.
We got him.
You might as well go out and see him now. He's gonna know it's you sooner or later.
Oh, looks like you won the game, Jack. Person with the worst secret gets the biggest prize.
Gentlemen, meet the District Attorney of New York, Frank Hogan.
Please stay seated, gentlemen. You both deserve a commendation for performing a service of the highest moral quality. Our city, not to say our entire country, is badly in need of taking a moral bath. Gambling, vice, all the things that help to erode the American way of life must be done away with. Anthony's already heard all this crap before.
Sir, if I may just say at this point that the whole idea for the investigation...
I know, Officer Jack Kale, right? Officer Kale's commendable responsibility and his job as moral guardian of the city has led to the astounding expose of Cafe Society Limited. The city's largest, most reprehensive vice ring, headed by an irresponsible, hedonistic
Trust fund baby.
trust fund baby named Mickey Jelke.
Sorry, he didn't exactly head up a whole ring.
A deviant so cynical, so corrupt, so inwardly corrupt that he's convinced young women to sell their bodies, giving him the money so that he could pay his bar tabs at the Cafe Society joints that were his private playground. Criminals like Jelke have brought this city to the brink of scandalous ruination. And as District Attorney of New York, I intend to fight to remove this cancer from our society.
Mr. Jelke, my name is Samuel Siegel. I'm a lawyer that's been retained to defend you against the 9 counts of compulsory prostitution and living off the proceeds of a prostitute brought against you by the state.
You know that this is all a big mistake. You know that, don't you?
I know nothing except that your family retained me to defend you. And that I never had an easier time getting 50 grand bail.
Mickey, I'm going to need help with my bail.
Okay, Ray.
Mick, I'm dependent on
I heard you, Ray. My family knows about this.
Gotham was rocked this week with the revelation of a major vice ring operating within the fabled and much envied Cafe
Jelke did not worry too much about money matters
5
since he
women,
was
all
heir to an
actresses
oleo
and
margarine
models,
fortune
2
valued at
men,
more
one
than
an
$3 million
unemployed
bucks.
press agent, have been booked and questioned in what is fast shaping up to be Manhattan's most shameful
Early on the morning of August 15th,
The identity of the second man, said to have masterminded and headed the high-priced call girl ring, makes it all more shameful. Meet Mickey Jelke III, a big spender, an easy touch, bon vivant to the Cafe Society crowd, and mastermind behind Cafe Society Limited, a citywide vice ring that was his own personal hobby.
The whole thing was done for thrill. Jelke got his kicks by enticing beautiful young women into prostitution and then living off their earnings.
Yes. We have our star witness in custody, but we can't reveal her identity yet. But believe me, she's told us plenty, and there's more to come.
Officer Kale, you have any comment on your role in the arrest, sir?
I consider myself a moral guardian, protecting the citizens of New York from their own weaknesses. Exposing the decadence of the likes of Mickey Jelke is an important step.
The problem of working for a living never seemed to bother Jelke, even though he was a frequent patron of fancy upper midtown saloons and nightclubs where a drink can cost $2 even after the cover charge.
Sources have told me that the real shocker behind the Jelke Vice probe is the identity of the mystery girl who turned him in. It was none other than little Mickey's fiancée, one Patricia Ward, a Lower East Side girl whose real name is Wasabi.
This Patricia Ward character, did you promise her anything?
I might have. She might have gotten the idea that I wanted to marry her, but I certainly never proposed. She held a grudge against me ever since I gave her the heir.
The cops have 3 little books full of phone numbers. Erica Steele's, Ray Daviani's, and yours. They also maintain you have a large pornography collection in this apartment. It's clear you were involved in prostitution on some level, so why don't you just cut the crap and tell me what you did?
I'm not a vice lord. I'm not the head of some ring. I'm a pervert.
Listen, there's a lawyer coming to see you soon named J. Roland Sala. He's called the DA and he's offering his services.
Why do I need a lawyer? Am I in trouble, Jack?
No, you're the star witness, Pat.
It's going to be up to Jelke's lawyer to try to disprove your testimony.
Is he a good lawyer?
Jelke, who Broadway pundits are calling the solid gold cad, apparently promised his 18-year-old harpy marriage if she would first offer her love for sale for his profit. The tables were turned on the oleo heir when he gave Miss Ward the heir. But the biggest blow is to Manhattan's nightclub circuit. The DA's office requisitioned 3 black books full of names of Jelke's customers, and all of cafe society has suddenly decided to be out of town for the next few months.
Why'd they pick on me?
You're rich. You're lazy. You're in the newspapers. You're easy to hate.
How do you do? I'm Mr. Sala. I believe Miss Ward is expecting me.
Yes, of course. I'm Jack Kale, 19th Precinct. I broke the case.
You must be Patricia Ward. You poor girl. What this Jelke fellow put you through, I hesitate to even imagine. A girl as lovely as yourself. A budding blossom of girlhood, plucked away from her mother's home by a cad like Jelke.
Actually, I met Mickey one night at Casbah.
Patricia, there's only one road to your redemption. I want you to be open about your experiences to the entire world, so that every schoolgirl in the country knows the dangers of modern bohemia. We must wrest triumph from the tragedy of Patricia Ward, so that history will remember the sacrifice of a young girl's virtue at the hands of the devil.
It was horrible. It was like I was living a dream I couldn't wake up from. But I'm ready now to cleanse myself, to tell my story, so that other young girls don't fall into the same traps I have.
I don't think we have a thing to worry about, Patricia. This shouldn't be difficult. In fact, it might even be exciting.
Opening day in the vice trial of Mickey Jelke III, and it promises to be the biggest event New York's seen in at least 5 minutes.
What greater breastplate than a heart untainted? Christ is the arm who hath his quarrel just, but naked is he, though locked up in steel, whose conscience with injustice is corrupt. Mr. Shakespeare's speech is the key to this whole trial.
Pat! Hey, Pat, you gonna name all your Johns?
I am going to tell everything that happened to me so that every young girl doesn't make the same mistakes I have.
Guess what? How about a fucking...
At the request of J. Roland Sala, today barred the press from the Jelke Vice trial in Lower Manhattan, and the boys are hopping mad. Star Chamber, they're yelling. Murder, he says. But one girl's opinion, mine naturally, is that it's all for the better. Hasn't Mickey Jelke besmirched the reputation of our city enough without listening to all the sordid details? This Mickey Jelke is a porky, pint-sized, no-carrot punk. He possesses no discernible talents, is not loaded with charm, but would love to be tall and talked about. Plain big shot with a flashy blonde or two is for him like stepping into a pair of Adler elevator shoes. It was his desire to get into big business like his ancestors that led to his seedy undoing. The head of a citywide call girl ring is not quite the same, as our hapless little hero has found out. There may be plenty of vice in the picture, but there is nothing big about little Mickey Jelke.
Have you ever seen this photograph before?
No.
For the record, indicate that said photograph is of a woman on a couch wearing only underwear in a less than usual pose with a stuffed clown. Well, now that you've seen the photograph, Miss Ward, can you tell me if it's you in the photograph?
No.
No, what? No, you can't tell me, or no, it's not you?
No, it's not me.
May I remind Miss Ward that she's under oath?
Miss Ward is reminded. May I see the photo? Well, it seems to me that this getup that Miss Ward is in is completely different than what she's in now. This might possibly be a similar-looking girl.
Then all we can do is ask Miss Ward to pose for the court the same as she did in the picture.
Strike that from the record. I will not have such filth suggested in my court.
You have on the witness stand a woman who admits to earning $15,000 off her body in 3 months, and you say my suggestion is filth?
Miss Ward, is this you in the photograph?
I think so.
Thank you. Miss Ward, are you familiar with one Lawrence Greenbaum?
Yes.
Would you tell the court just who Mr. Greenbaum is and describe your relationship with him?
Lawrence Greenbaum is a friend of the family's.
Go on, please.
He raped me when I was 16 years old. I got pregnant, had the baby, gave the baby up for adoption.
Did you report him to the police?
No.
Because you were receiving money from Mr. Greenbaum.
No.
Which amounted to hush money. Isn't this the same money you used to buy clothes, to go to cafe society joints at night, hoping to find a rich sucker who would give you even more money in exchange for your affections? A rich young man who might also fall in love with you, having no idea of your nefarious past which you've worked hard to conceal. A rich young man like Mickey Jelke.
I've only loved one man in my life.
You loved Mickey Jelke? Or you loved the opportunities you saw? Isn't it true you never loved Mickey Jelke? That your love is of the dime store variety, designed only to last until the next fashion takes hold or until the next social-climbing scheme is hatched? Isn't this the same money you used to buy clothes? A rich young man like Mickey Jelke. Isn't it true you never loved Mickey Jelke?
So, Jack, you happy?
Sure.
Like you mean it, Jack. Come on, this is it.
Good to see you. Good to talk to you. Enjoying yourselves, boys?
We were just talking about how well this whole thing came together.
About your testimony. We'll keep it simple, direct. Things you saw, your private impressions of Jelke and that crowd. Just some reinforcement. You're unhappy about something. What is it?
I don't like the publicity.
Yeah, I agree. A little too focused on our office. After all, with your work, we just came in the third act. I'll make every effort to clear that up. Gentlemen?
What the hell are you doing, Jack?
This is bullshit. I'm leaving.
Wait a minute, Jack. Jack, what the hell's the matter with you?
I'm feeling sorry for myself, all right? Me and my pal Jelke. He pimps one girl and he's all over the papers for it. We don't usually even arrest a pimp with only one trick.
What does it matter? He's a goddamn pimp. He's guilty.
If he's so goddamn guilty, then why are we lying about how many girls he's got working for him?
You know why, Jack? So the public will sit up and take notice of the decadence that's destroying our society.
You sound like them, Frank.
I am one of them, Jack. So are you.
Hey, Pat.
They follow me everywhere. It's beginning to be a bit much. Never thought I'd say that. Mr. Saul is going to be very angry at me. I'm supposed to be in bed every night by 10. My image. So when are you testifying?
Tomorrow?
You know what they're going to ask?
Things I saw, my impressions of what Mickey did to you.
I feel sorry for him.
So do I.
He didn't really do anything to me. Not like they're saying.
He made you think that if you worked for him, he'd marry you.
I knew exactly what I was doing. Just got a little upset when he said he wouldn't marry me. That's all.
That's not all. He made you into a whore.
So what? I got what I wanted, didn't I? And Mr. Sala says that a big movie studio wants to make my life into a movie. I'm going to Hollywood.
You and Sala?
After all, I'll be able to warn thousands of girls across the country not to end up like Patricia Ward.
Sandra Wazotsky.
Patricia Ward. Patricia Ward will tell her story so other girls don't end up to be high-priced whores.
Look, I know what Mickey did was bad, and this publicity hasn't helped, but come on.
Mickey didn't make me do anything. He just said he'd marry me if I'd do it. I wouldn't have done it if you told me not to.
Oh, please.
It's not too much to ask. Remember, Jack? Small price to pay to get what you always dreamed of.
Stop it.
You said I'd get my second chance. That's my second chance. All I ever wanted was my picture in the paper. I'm the most famous whore in New York City now. Thanks to you.
Pat! Pat!
You made me do it, Jack. Trying to get me to make an honest woman out of myself? And for what? To go back to Avenue D and
Let's have some room here, all right? Let's back off a little bit.
All because some cop told me it was the right thing to do?
Stop it, God damn it, stop. We're trying to make it.
Back off! Fuck me like everybody else! Say it! You just want to fuck me and throw me away! Pale Ward will not be thrown away! I'm going to Hollywood because of you, Jack! You convinced me to do it! For your own ugly little reasons, just like mine! Just like mine! To get what you wanted. Who's the whore, Jack?
Fuck out of here!
People call Officer Jack Kale, New York City Vice Squad, as a witness. State your full legal name and address.
John Francis Joseph Kale, 311 West 85th Street.
Officer Kale, you're a member of New York City Vice Squad, 19th Precinct. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Briefly, for the court, describe your involvement in this case.
It was my idea.
Could you expand on that?
Chasing after cafe society regulars in the hopes of finding prostitution and trafficking within these circles was my idea. I went to my superior, Deputy Chief Rostinsky, and asked for permission to go undercover.
Could you tell us what you saw at the Cafe Society limited parties that you attended?
Pretty women.
Well, could you recreate the nature of these encounters? Give me a typical example of an evening.
Sure. One night I drank a lot, maybe too much, and I convinced Ray Davioni that Pat Ward would be willing to work for him. Later that night, I slept with the madam of the Cafe Society, Erica Steele. I had just stolen her ledger, and she'd walked in on me, and...
Your Honor, I'd like to move to
We were
strike,
building the
please.
entire cast around one man simply because it would be good press for Mr. Hogan's re-election.
Your Honor, I'd like to move to strike the previous statement.
Mickey Jelke wasn't any more of a criminal than 1,000 other pimps we come into
The
contact with.
jury will
No,
ignore the previous
He was a
statement.
dupe. He was just a dupe. I set him up from the beginning, and I delivered him. Much in the
Your
same
Honor.
way I coerced Pat Ward into becoming a prostitute for the purpose of the investigation, which was to ensnare Mickey Jelke. I coerced Miss Ward. I compelled Mr. Jelke. Coercion, compulsory prostitution. You might say I was working for the DA in an effort to procure Mr. Jelke.
Your Honor, I'd like to move to recess.
I got no more to say.
The witness will be seated. The witness will be seated until he's officially dismissed.
I delivered the prize.
Be seated.
And you got your headlines.
The witness will be seated or be cited for contempt.
You want to put somebody's morality on the stand, put mine on. I had as good a time as anybody.
The all-male jury on the Jelke case has gone into deliberations, and New York's biggest farce
The judge
is
has also
almost
informed the
over.
jury that the effort to
And not
entice
soon
or
enough,
procure could
this
exist
gal's
whether or not the girl goes through
There's
it.
no doubt in anyone's mind that Mickey Jelke will get the book thrown at him, and that ought to teach the idle rich a thing or two about marriage. Get your bets in, all you gambling
she said,
fools.
characterizing
This
her
gal's
experiences
opinion
as a
is
nightmare.
that little Mickey will get the full 40 years.
Manhattan up. Skip the cherry.
Good evening, Arthur.
Good evening, Mr. Jelke.
You got a nice table for a future jailbird?
Not at this time. Perhaps one will open up soon.
Guess I'll sit at the bar.
Olio here. Look, it's Olio here. Mickey Jelke.
Mickey Jelke.
That's Mickey Mickey Jelke, margarine.
Mickey.
Mickey! Mickey!
Still hot on my trail, eh, Jack? By the way, thanks for your performance in court the other day. It was lovely. They ought to give you the Oscar. Unfortunately for me, came a little too late.
I don't want your thanks.
No? Well, then how about an apology? I'm sorry you haven't been able to suppress my appetite for the nightlife. Though you moral guardians never give up the good fight. I know. You're probably wondering why old Mickey's out nightclubbing only hours before he's to have his fate handed to him. Well, I'll tell you why. I've heard they've yet to master the art of the martini at Sing Sing. Odds makers are laying 8 to 5. I get the full 40 years, Jack. 40 years.
for something that every two-bit pimp gets a slap on the wrist for. Instead, I get my life ruined and my future erased and a big sticker put on my back. Also, you and the rest of your pack can tuck yourself in every night and feel smug and superior. You've seen that sticker, haven't you, Jack? You put it there. Pimp Jelke, it says. Goes with every jacket I own.
Mickey? I know it doesn't matter now, but I'm sorry. For everybody.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We could have had so much fun. You know, I think it'd have been better if you had testified against me.
Why?
Well, I could have walked up to you and said something amusing like, I like the way you sing.